drama educators. Guess who it is? It's JJ, the drama teacher at Elm Middle School. Here to show you how to include history into your lessons. So this is day 3 of working with Going Out West. I'm calling this Way West. Students have been put in groups. They've been asked to select some characters, figure out why they're heading out west, and then create a tableau or that very first picture before they took off to go out west. We discussed that it would take about 3 months to 6 months to go out west. It's a long journey. A lot of kids play the Oregon Trails video game, so they have some references to pull from. And then hopefully whatever you're working on in the classroom is some other references that they can pull from. So I would like to ask this group. So the first layer to this exercise, after we created our characters and created our tableau, was to come up with some scene work. And the scene work is a way for the kids to figure out how their characters are going to come to life. I asked them to be historically accurate as they could, to know their age and their relationship to each other, and then to create a scene that might show a day in the life after they've gotten on the road to the west. So the first question I had today was, what was challenging about preparing some scene work? Let me ask you.
It's harder because we don't have everything that they had and vice versa. So also if we have, if we're used to something like a car and having pre-packaged food, like stuff from the store.
Yeah, all the stuff we take for granted, right?
Yeah.
So nothing modern was kind of a challenge when you're putting together the scene work. And so we want to try to stay as historically accurate as possible, so making sure that we keep those things in mind. What was challenging for you?
We only have chairs and a little bench.
Oh yeah, I didn't give you wagon train. We're not building sets. We're kind of just creating. A couple of things are happening when we're doing this. One is we're able to let you feel some empathy for what those characters have gone through. And the other thing is whenever students interact with the history, they remember it a little bit better. So let me see that first tableau. So come over here. This is the front of the wagon. So let me see that tableau in 3, 2, 1. I'm going to take over taping. Thank you. Perfect. I love the tableau. Now let's see the scene come to life. Ready? Begin.
Whoa,
There's a man! Oh my God, man! Mom! There's a man!
Wait, what?
It's just the old trunk. Trunks don't have faces.
Yeah.
It's just the old. Can I come?
Just go get some water.
Can I come? Can I come? Can I come? Can I
No.
come? Please.
No.
Just because I'm a girl doesn't mean that I can't do anything.
That doesn't matter. Sit down.
Fine. Some sticks. Mommy, we have water.
Here, set it on the table. You can get you some.
There's a man under there. It's just Grandma's old trunk.
No,
What's
it's
wrong
not.
with you? Trunks don't have
It's
faces. Mom, there's a man. We promise you.
There is a man. I see it.
See, look. I'll open it.
Trunks don't open that way.
Like, what are you trying to do? Something
See, it's
under
just the old
there.
trunk. Thank you. Here, you guys go wake up your little brother.
Are you blind? Just go wake up your little
Oh,
brother.
blind.
And you,
Joe,
fix the table.
Wait.
Chicken.
Chicken.
Famous chicken.
Famous
Come on,
chicken.
wake up.
Get up.
You're almost ready. Come on. He took some. He did.
He took it. It probably just fell off in the fire.
Are you sure? I'm pretty sure there's something up there.
Okay. Famous chicken. And prove to you,
I'm gonna sit right here.
wait, what?
Just eat.
And freeze. Okay, so the task at hand was for students to create some scenes that would let us know that they understand what a day in the life would be like for some people who were traveling out west. Now, the focus is not necessarily on pantomime, it's more about kind of the kids thinking about who they are and what they're doing in the activity. So I care less about the pantomime and all the object work and more about the storyline and the characters and if they really fit in. So audience, and then come on this side so we can call on people. What were some things we saw in their scene work that we think would be historically true that we noticed about their characters?
Well,
Joey obviously was like tagging along, and none of them really realized it, but he was tagging along to maybe steal something or. Like,
So there might have been a stowaway that could have been historically accurate. What's something else we noticed that might have been historically accurate?
Sarah
Yep.
and
Jack?
Jack and Darion and Jack were standing there and they were I think they were hunting. And then Sarah came over and wanted to come, but they didn't let her.
So there were very distinct roles for girls and boys and men and women, and we saw that show up because there were not the equal rights that we know today. That would have been another historical notice. Something else?
I don't know. Back then it was really like males gender were very superior.
Absolutely. Now, if a dad did not have any sons, there might be some crossovers that women got to do some things, but usually it was frowned upon. So that was something else that we saw that was historically accurate. I saw some campfire building. I saw some hunting for food. I saw some kids who were, being playful and silly. So a lot of things that were happening that let me know that they kind of got the gist of what it would have been like to travel out west, and their characters made sense in that scene work. So great to let the kids experience it, get some hands-on activities, but also to make that history come alive.
Can I group go? Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.